What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay, and we are locked in. Let's start this Raising Kanan recap of episode 3 off on a good foot. And let's just point out that Jukebox is back in the city. She's AWOL, but she's trying to figure out what's next in her life. Now let's get into what we all here for. Unique is terrorizing the streets. Marvin is looking for whoever's terrorizing the streets. And Kanan is trying to find his way up and out the hood with Crystal to make a better life and a safer life. Now, before we jump into this and we break down episode 3, if you like recaps, breakdowns, theories, and predictions of the Power series, specifically Raising Kanan, then you're at the right spot. Hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, I do daily videos breaking down different characters in the Raising Kanan episode, so stay tuned for that. But let's jump into it. This is the recap of episode 3, Raising Kanan, season 4. Unique used to work with Sonny and Robert, so when he pulls up, he's telling them, you must have forgot about me, because he now knows that Rock or whoever is moving business and product through something that he built up with Quan. So they're like, hey, we don't want no problems. We didn't forget about you. But he takes them inside. And Unique, we know he doesn't have any money right now or any product, so he tells them, you guys need to pack this bag up for me. And after they fill up the bag full of money, full of dope, what does Unique do? What any gangster would do in the Power universe. He takes out Sonny and Robert. Kanan pulls up on Grandma, and we know she's going through it. Now, he's getting her medicine, and he's telling her, dang, Grandma, this is looking bad. You might have to tell somebody about this. She's like, I'll do it on my time, Kanan. I want to bring everyone together and tell them. Now, Kanan, he's looking like, all right, if this is your wishes, but he's just a young boy, and this isn't something he should hold on his own as a secret. So he starts talking about he doesn't really want to participate in a family dinner because if his mother shows up, they aren't seeing eye to eye. But remember, Joyce and Rock aren't seeing eye to eye either. And as I mentioned on my live on Are We Ready, she tells Kanan, that's still your mother. Regardless of what y'all got going on, she's still your mother and I'm still her mother. So we need to come together as a family. The military finally shows up to Jukebox's house, and she has this all mapped and planned out. When they come in, they tell her straight up, going AWOL, absent without leave, up under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, you might find yourself behind bars in Leavenworth. They take it very seriously. But what does Jukebox use? She uses exactly what old boy got kicked out. She says, well, wait a minute. I like girls. So let me know who I need to talk to so I can get me a lawyer and talk to whatever judge. Now, remember, when you go AWOL and you get an article and you have to go up under the court martial, you're going to be talking to a lieutenant colonel or above who is the judge on base. So it wouldn't go as according to what Juke planned, but this is the 90s. And of course, they don't want anybody that likes the same sex in there. So Juke gets out on a general discharge. Over at Lulu's house, B-Rilla's been sleeping on the couch because he said whoever he was with, they started messing with a woman that had 3 kids. They be all over the house. No kind of time to sleep. You over there, they waking you up. They slapping you. They taking your do-rag. They running around. You wake up. They playing. They got your shoes on. You like, who the hell's Rugrats are these? These ain't Rugrats. These Bebe's kids. But Lou says you need to get your butt up and go somewhere. But he's like, man, I ain't got no money. The record label, they gave me an advance, but I blew all of that. Man, that's the first thing people do when they get that money. They blow it. They don't try to budget it or nothing. They just spend it all. I said, I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time. Laverne, she's throwing away all of her military gear. She's reliving the life. She's out the military now. And she's also done with butter. She takes that jersey, balls it up, and throws it away also. Jukebox is ready for the next chapter in her life, but she doesn't know exactly what it is yet. Marvin pulls up to the restaurant because it's time to re-up, get some of the dope, get some of the money, make things happen. But when he gets there, there's police tape, crime scene tape all around. Marvin's looking like, what the hell done happened? Now, we know Unique went up in there and took everybody out. Marvin's like, damn. Did they find the product? So he asked one of the police officers what happened. The police officer said, you got anything to do around here? Marvin was like, nah, I just wanted to get my number 37, which is the special. You know, it ain't on the menu. That 37 to get you right. But Marvin drives off. The operation is shut down. Marvin goes straight to Rock's house to let her know that the restaurant is shut down and there's two unalivings. Obviously, no one knows what happened. Unique is still in the shadows, and Rock is like, damn, we gotta find out. I'm gonna have to go talk to Irwin and see what the hell happened to his family. Now, before Marvin starts to leave, Rock does fill him in about the feds. Hey, Marvin, the feds seen you over at Stefano's. Now, Marvin is thinking, oh, they're lying. They're just trying to get us to flip or say something. She's like, you need to be careful out there. Marvin's like, yeah, whatever. I'll watch out. You can tell that he's kind of worried. But then Rock tells him also that nephew, you need to go and check on him. Knock him around and see if he has something to do with it. And this is the nephew that stole the drugs that Marvin caught. After being scared by Unique, Crystal is talking to Kanan, but right now he's focused. Brrr, ding, brrr, ding. He counting up this money. She's talking about some scary guy in all black with a bust up face. He's creeping in and out the building. OC's acting wild. Kanan, we need a new place. Now remember, Kanan is short on product right now, so he's telling her the object is to make money, not have more expenses. But she's like, please, Kanan, can we go find somewhere else? And Kanan, he's trying to be a player about it. He's like, well, go back to your mom's house. She's like, nah, I want to stay here because my stepfather or her boyfriend, whoever he is, he be touching on her. So Kanan, he's like, I'll handle that. But we can go look at some apartments. Lulu and B-Rilla show up to Low Street Records to talk to Lowell about giving B-Rilla some money. Now, when they get here, all it is arguing back and forth because Lowell's saying, hey, I done already spent money on getting B-Rilla out of here. And this isn't the first time we tried to get him up out of jail. So really, I'm just wasting money. Now, B-Rilla talking about, there ain't no money you gave me. And Lou is trying to be the mediator. Hey, look. We just need to get him some money to get him up on his feet to feed his daughter and his baby mother. And then from there, we can start making this music. Because if there's no food on the stomach, when we get in the booth, that stomach is going to be growling. The microphone is going to pick it up. But Lowell doesn't want to spend any more money. He's thinking, why don't y'all just make it happen with what you got right now? I already gave you an advance and got you out of jail. Jukebox goes up to BMCC. It's a community college. I'm guessing it's Brooklyn Metropolitan Community College. But she's in there, and the lady up front is trying to help her out. Like, hey, Laverne, those classes aren't going to change. It don't matter how many times you go through them. So she finally decides to put down a couple of classes. And when she leaves, she runs into one of her old homeboys that she used to boost clothes with. He's like, damn, Juke, what's up? You back? She's like, yeah, I'm back. About to take some classes. He's saying, well, the whole crew is getting together. You know what I'm saying? We fly as hell too. Why don't you come link up with us? Well, Juke doesn't have anything else to do. And she's looking around like this college life. This don't seem like how it was down in Spelman. It's a little bit different up here. But she takes him up on his offer. Marvin pulls up on nephew and pulls a kick though. The nephew, he gets to running. He's scared because the last time he seen Marvin, Marvin told him to drop his drawers and had a pistol to his face. So if that happened to you, you would be running also. Marvin put a toolie to him like, you took out Robert and Sonny? He's like, nah, that's my uncle and auntie. Why would I do that? And then he's asking, where's their daughter at? So Marvin's like, wait, you didn't have anything to do with it? He's like, no, why would I do that? And where's my little cousin at? So Marvin's like, oh, if you need anything, contact me. If you hear anything in the streets about what happened, let me know. But go find your little cousin because she's an orphan now. And when he says orphan, that triggers something in his mind. Juke and Kanan finally get a chance to catch up since she's been gone. Well, she's back and she's saying she couldn't be herself. And I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Jukebox likes girls. Kanan's like, there you go, Juke, be yourself. But then Jukebox also brings up where is Famous. We haven't seen Famous. Kanan's saying people on the streets are saying he was talking to the police because of that body, that Freddy body. No, this ain't no dream and Freddy Krueger ain't real. This Freddy is unalive. Famous is on the run. And Juke's like, Famous wouldn't do any telling. And I'm with her. He may be weird, but he ain't gonna tell. So Juke says he's probably out in California with Jess, hollering at some girls. But now, she's done with that music stuff. She's got to find out what's next in her life. Kanan's like, all right, well, I support you, Juke. Marvin pulls up to holler at Early Tyler. Now, Early Tyler knows everything that's going on in the streets. When he gets back there, Marvin is talking to him. You heard anything about the Chinese restaurant getting shot up? Early Tyler, he really doesn't know what's going on. He's like, nah, I just heard about it from you. Marvin's saying, well, I'm a friend of the family. If you hear anything, Here go a little $100, or maybe it's $50, but whatever it is, early Tyler, here's some money, let me know. But then Marvin also asks, hey, does your auntie have any connections over at the Child Protective Services? I need you to look up a name. Now remember when he told the little nephew his cousin is an orphan? That orphan popped up in Marvin's mind. And who is he looking for? Young Amber, Gerald's daughter. Lou also convinced Lowell to give Billa some more money so he can move about the crib. Now, it was a history lesson, and it was a little bit of a back and forth between Billa and Lowell about why the Jews are in the entertainment business, but they came to an understanding. Now, when they get back, Famous's 411 is on the radio. People been requesting it. Not Streets Need a Body, but 411. Lulu turns it off because Famous is gone. So that part is over with. Billa asks, is he gone for good? And Lou's like, well, he has a lot of emotion. Yeah, he was hot, but he's gone right now. So let's not focus on that. Billa, let's get you in the booth and let's get your music popping. Instead of hanging out with our old crew, Jukebox goes down the street and there's this other club she's been trying to go in, but she's been nervous to do it. Now, this club is full of women. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3 little women, 4, 5, 6 little women. Now, there's a woman that walks by the name of Mara. She's like, you scared to go in? I was the same way. My name is Mara. Come on with me. She tells security Juke is with me. And then Juke, she looks around and she's never seen anything like this. Juke can finally be herself because everyone else is being themselves. Now, she gets introduced to this crew of women. They're a little bit older, maybe like mid-20s. Jukebox is still young, but she's here and she's surrounded by people just like her. Unique finally shows up to Early Tyler with that money because remember, he robbed the Chinese restaurant. He got the dope and he got the money. So Early Tyler's like, what are you doing? Where you get this money from? The Chinese spot? Unique said it don't matter. Just know you getting paid. You've been asking for the money. You're getting paid. He says, Unique, you playing with fire. Unique said, I am fire and I'm going to burn this thing down. Unique just told us he ain't stopping until he's standing on the top with a damn crown on. So everyone better watch out. And Early Tyler, shh, don't let them know you messing with Marvin and them and getting money with them. But that's what Early Tyler does. Marvin got the information about the orphan. And who is the orphan? Amber, Gerald's daughter, because Alice died also. Marvin goes and sees her. She's happy because this is all she has left and she's with her foster family. So Marvin is basically telling her, if you ever need anything, contact me. And he gives her his number and some money in the envelope. Now, these two, they're close. Marvin has a heart for her. He's the godfather. Now, the teacher comes out, and like any teacher, she sees this young white girl with this black man. She's like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm the godfather. She's like, okay, well, let's get to class. But he high-fives her, and she got Marvin's number. So I wonder if she's ever going to use it. And if she does, why so? Rock then goes and talks to Joaquin because she's like, listen, I don't want you to be selling no H up here in Queens. He tells her straight up, I don't do that, Rock. He's never done that. It's too many people you got to pay. But she's like, well, what about Tremont from Baltimore? Does he still comp from you? He's like, yeah, because he takes it down to Baltimore. She said, well, I owe him because of what he did to us. When's the next time you re-up? Now, remember, Rock is trying to put herself in place to be the supplier, not the one supplying him. She wants to be the supplier to the suppliees. So he gives her that information. In Rock, she just waiting on that perfect moment to catch Tremont and put him in a headlock. Kanan and Crystal, they're out looking for apartments. The first apartment, they didn't like it. Kanan said, nah, this ain't as nice as my apartment. The second apartment they went to, when they go in there, the guy, he forgot that this place is already rented out. Kanan says, is it because we black? We just booked this tour this morning. What you mean they turned in the paperwork already? So they leave the second apartment. It's kind of like the Three Little Pigs. But when they get to the third one, Kanan knows that this apartment is exactly what he wants. Now, the guy's saying we got to do a credit check. We got to process the paperwork. Kanan says, how about I pay you 3 months right here? He's like, I don't know. Crystal says, what about if we give you a deposit that's non-refundable? The guy says, you know what? You two lovebirds are going to love this apartment. He just made him a nice chunk of change. Kanan pulls up to the family dinner, but when he gets there, Rock is sitting outside smoking a cigarette. She starts talking to Kanan because he walks right by her. Kanan, I hope you was at the library. The school said you failing. Kanan said, I quit school. After everything you put me through, you think I'm about to go to college and live out that dream? And I'm wondering, Rock, I thought you said y'all dream was both of y'all selling dope together. That's what you told us last week. Now you're saying the dream was for Kanan to go to school, but you took him out of the school down in Virginia and brought him back and introduced him to the dope game. Kanan said, Rock, I'm starting to think you crazy. And me, I'm doing this for you guys, and I'm thinking Rock is kind of crazy. And then Rock confirms, yeah, I'm starting to believe that too. Over at the apartment, OC's about to go in there, get the count right, make sure everything is good, stocked, and ready to go for the next morning when Kanan shows up, because he's Kanan's right-hand man since Famous is gone. But as soon as he opens up the door, no situational awareness. Boom! That man Unique knock him a little. I'm like, damn. He throws his little ass in there. Put your hands up. Unique looking around like, okay, I like this little spot here, but keep them hands up, OC. And now Unique has infiltrated the compound. We get something that was unexpected in the Power universe as far as raising Kanan goes, a family dinner where everyone is sitting down, even Joyce. Now Joyce, she goes around the table and is asking everybody, how are they doing? Lou, how are you? Lou said, I ain't drinking, you on that biblical BS. Jukebox, how are you? Marvin's like, hey, she just got back. Rock said, quit the small talk, Ma. What are we here for? What are we here for, Ma? And Joyce says, well, I have cancer in my kidney and it is spread to the lungs. It's over with. I'm dying. Rock says, this is how you're doing it? Over a pot roast? A stinking pot roast? This dry ass cornbread? This is how you do this? Are you trying to fix something? Joyce said, no, I'm not trying to fix anything. I'm just letting you all know that it's over with for me. And it turns out everyone looks at Kanan, and Kanan knew the whole time, but didn't tell anybody. All right, there you go. The recap for episode 3 of Raising Kanan. Let me know what you think about the family. Is everything messed up, or can this be fixed? Did this bring the family together like Big Mama over on Soul Food, or did it just tear everybody apart? Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. Make sure you go check out the What's Next, the trailer breakdown for episode 4. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm on that road to 75,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.